All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Ruchakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And peace and blessings to the elect out there um, that's pushing this truth and all truth and sincerity. Um, I was like meditating to myself the other day, and I was like, man, why do guys like always go after the crazy bitches? And ooh, what happened? Let's go to view foot on top. There we go. Yeah. All right, and I googled it, and this article came up, and I was talking to the brother about it, and started reading it, and it made more sense. I just want to get this information out there so you can think about this. The next time a bitch is being crazy and you're feeling like you need to save her, so to speak. Just keep in mind that it could be a trap. All right, 9 times out of 10, it is a trap. Um, but the first reason, it says they want to save the damsel in distress. It says a woman in crisis appeals to a man's desire to be perceived as a hero. If he can resolve her problem, he will feel needed and accomplished. Because that's most that's in a man's nature. And it says that she may put on a big show of thanks, which will feed his ego. The damsel in distress speaks to a deep part of a man's nature to defend and protect. Because men are natural providers. All right, that's our husband duty. Um, that's in the law, man. That's written on. That's written in our nature, man. When a man second wife. Yeah, Deuteronomy 24:5. It says, "When a man hath taken a new wife, he shall not go out to war, neither shall be charged with any business, but he shall be free at home 1 year." No, that's not the one I wanted. Yeah, Exodus 21:10. It says, "If he taketh him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish." Meaning, if you get a wife, you provide for her, man. You provide the food, you provide, protection, um, so on and so forth. That's a man's duty in a relationship. And that's why he's drawn to, you know, bitches that don't got shit figured out, man. They look lost. It feeds that ego. It says a woman in constant crisis, little dramas, or even a big drama she needs to be rescued from will feed his hero drive like an adrenaline or a dopamine kick. And those are the feel good hormones, like after you work out and stuff. Um, for all the frustration and inconveniences she may bring, he also gets a matching hit of success. It feels good to be a hero. This part, this is where the scriptures are going to come out. It says they have a strong need to be needed. Women want to be wanted, and men need to be needed. A woman who does not have all her ducks in a row is going to need someone to help. What better way to reinforce his feelings of success than to be able to help someone, especially when the fruits of your efforts are clearly displayed. About to lose your car, I'll cover that payment, because Jake thinks, if you give these women more shit, they're going to be uh, obliged to, give you that play. That ain't true. It says, can't pay your rent, move in with me. Often the desire to help is coming from a truly good place. The problem is that, like anyone who has ever loaned a friend money, there are invisible strings that can make you want to kick your generous tendency in the backside. Because let's get that scripture. Know who thou doest good to. Because Jake is quick to help, man. They're too quick to help. This is Sirach 12:1. When thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it, so shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High. So when you're helping someone, you gotta know what their intentions are. You gotta know what he's about. That's why it says help a godly man, because he's gonna take whatever you know uh, right thing that you did by him, and he's gonna make good of it. You gave him $5, he's not gonna destroy himself with it. He's not gonna destroy someone else with it. He's gonna take it and use it what he needs to do. And it says, and he'll find recompense. All right, and if not from him, the Most High will, bless you. It says, there can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. Give to the godly man, and help not a sinner. Let's keep reading in this chapter. Verse 5, it says, do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread, and give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby. For else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done unto him. Now, I'm using, these crazy bitches as an example, because they're masters at doing this. They're masters about, leading you on. All they got to do is grin a little, flap those big eyelashes, and man, your heart will start racing, man. Especially if she's attractive. All she has to do is feed your ego. And man, you got to watch out for that. Because many of men have gone out their wits for women. Yeah. First Ezra 4:26. It says, yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sake. Many also have perished and have erred and sinned for women. It says, and now do ye not believe me? Is not the king great in his power? Do not all regions fear to touch him? But yeah, point being right here, man, people have run out of their wits for women. They go crazy for these women, man. Because, hey, their hearts are full of snares and traps. Yeah. Here we go. Ecclesiastes 7:26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands are as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Because the sinners are caught up in these bitches, man. That's all they talk about, man. Pussy this, pussy that. I just bagged a bitch. This, that, and the third. Oh, I'm talking to 2, 3 girls. Whatever, man. You do that sometimes, but, at the end of the day, man, it's vanity. That's why, the Apostle Paul, he was saying, everyone get their own wife. Yeah, let's get this. 1 Corinthians 7:2, it says, nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, let every woman have her own husband, let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. Because there's too much of that going on. Like today, man, those same spirits are back. He wrote this because there's a lot of those what do you call them? Open relationships or whatever. They'll be like with somebody, but they're like okay with like them having multiple partners. He's like, nah, you gotta, to avoid fornication, man, just pair up and stick with that, man. You ain't gotta go running around trying to get other bitches, man. Just get one. What's that scripture? Says if thou desirest to be, it's a position in the church, bishop. To be a bishop. It says thou desirest well. I think it's in Titus. Yeah, 1 Timothy 3:1. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work. A bishop then must be blameless. You got to be wise. You can't be getting into, mischief. Use your head. All right, and that's any position in this truth, man. You coming into Great Millstone. If you're coming, you better come correct. All right. We all have to be counted blameless. All right. It says the husband of one wife. Because if you got multiple wives, man, you're going to be sidetracked trying to deal with all their little drama. It says one wife, vigilant, sober, of a good behavior, given to hospitality, and apt to teach. That word apt, constantly, it says appropriate or suitable in the circumstances. So you got to be always in the spirit to teach, man. Not given to wine, no striker, meaning getting into, tillies, fights and whatnot. Not greedy of filthy lucre. Can't always be, worried about money. But patient, That's a big thing in this truth, man. A lot of times you be trying to rush to get out of a situation, but not realizing, that's you're going through a fiery process. You might be catching hell, just to build that endurance. It says, not a brawler, not covetous. One that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. For a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of the Most High? That's a true statement, man. If you don't know how to, rule over your own household, roll over your own self, how can you be trusted in that position of the church, Anyways, let's go back to this article. It says, add to this the fact that many men, as a rule, no longer feel needed in their relationships. And that's true, man, because, these bitches got, lineups, man. They got a whole bench, ready to put in Toby. They got Keith, they got Daquan, they got, Jose. Different ethnicities, they got their pickings, all right? And for different shit, too. They got one guy that'll run her errands. One guy pays for her nails to get done. One guy pays for her hair to get done. One guy pays for her rent. The next, her tuition. The next, just for fun. It says, and you will see how they can be more drawn to the hot mess train wreck. Our culture celebrates the independent woman who doesn't need a man. She doesn't need him for protection, support, financial assistance, emotional comfort, or even sexual pleasure. These are all taken care of with her self-defense class, strong police force, community support, credit cards, tribe of besties, and the vibrating, rotating 14-speed sex toy in her bedside table. God damn. And that's true, though. I will do a new thing in the world where a woman shall compass a man. Let's see, I'll just type in that a woman shall compass a man. Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. And you see that in this society, man. Everything is handed to these bitches, you know? Ever since that Snapchat shit, dude. When they started taking the best friends list off Snapchat, man, they could get away with anything, dude. You know, all those fucking, what do they call them? Fishing for compliments, thirst traps. They be setting those up. Shit. They line up in their DMs, man. You really think you're the only one talking to that fucking Instagram thought? Fuck no, dude. These hoes is hoeing, bro. They're professional hoes out here. What's that new thing out now? Fucking fans only? Shit, dude. They're getting paid taking feet pics, bro. I remember the brother in Hawaii, Gabar Yahawada. He says, man, you know we're in a low estate, man, when fat bitches are winning. That's true, bro. Fat bitches are posting fucking thirst traps and shit. What the fuck is going on, man? But yeah, man, that's what's going on. Says that little ways we use to allow ourselves to need and want each other in a healthy relationship have been abandoned in favor of valuing independence. And yeah, man, you're not supposed to be independent. All right. You know, when you get into the scriptures, you realize how dependent you are on the Most High, and how dependent you are on brothers. You know, that's something that takes a man, man. You know, it takes a man to be vulnerable to his brother. You know, because when you're stuck in a low estate, you know, it's real humbling. You know, and humble humility is a characteristic of a man of the Lord, man. It's real, man. It's true though, man. You know, in this society, you know, they value, man. Like it says, I'll read that again. It says, the little ways we use to allow ourselves to need and want each other in a healthy relationship have been abandoned in favor of valuing independence, emotional distance, and autonomy. You see how people are depressed nowadays, man, because, you know, they're trying to value that independence. You can't do shit on your own, bro. Hell no, man. You need that tribe, man. You need that you need your brothers, man, to get you through this. You know, the scriptures are always talking about brotherly love, man. You know, three cords together are not easily broken. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it gives you the structure of a family, man. In 1 Corinthians 11th chapter. Let's get that. 1 Corinthians 11, and I'll start at 3. It says, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahweh Shai. You're not independent, bro. Yahweh Shai is leading you. That's why we call him the name, man. When times get rough, and when times are good, to thank him, man. Just like you want your woman to rub your ego whenever you do shit for her, you should have that same mentality, you know, praising Yahweh Bashim Shai when things are going good. And when things are going bad, you know, you beg him. Alright, that's what prayer means. Is begging. And the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahweh Shai is the Most High. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered. Yeah, but that's basically the order. You know, Yahweh Shai, us, the woman, then the kids. That's a family structure. But yeah. I'll get into the book of Sirach. What is it? Look, not. It's Ecclesiasticus. Yeah. Yeah. Because the book of Sirach, man, this was a book written by uh, three guys, right? So it started with Sirach, and then it was passed down to his son, whose name was Yahushai. Or if you look at it, the prologue to Sirach, it tells you like uh, it says Jesus, but we know it, Yahushai, and then it passed down to his son, who he named Sirach. So it's like three generations of them observing. Uh, so it was passed down. They read it, and then they went out and used the wisdom. They're men of the Lord. They're devout, and they wrote down these wise sayings. But yeah, man, three generations. So and when wisdom is passed down, they can build on that. So these are really wise sayings. This is because that scripture that says, "Train up a child in the way he shall go, and he shall not depart." That's what this book is. About. You can see the wisdom. Being bestowed down. Like it's really cool. That's just a little side note. This is Sirach 9:7. It says, "Look not round about thee in the streets of the city, neither wander thou in the solitary place thereof. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty, for many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for herewith love is kindled as a fire." And that's what happens when, Jake, I was talking with the brother, Bon Yakinan from the Las Vegas camp the other night, and we're talking about how Jake is like a very visual people, they're on the construction site, you know, demolition is happening, but they can already see like the new building already built, like where shit's gonna be. They're gonna be like, yeah, the bathroom's gonna be here. There's gonna be some walls. There's gonna be support beams here, here, and here. Lights are gonna be here. They can already see it, and that's what happens when they see a beautiful woman. Man, they're already naming their kids with this woman. Man, they're already thinking about how he's gonna already fantasizing about her moving in with him and shit. And that's what it's saying. Many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for herewith love is kindled as a fire. I think it's also like one of the last chapters. Maybe even, no. It's like 24. Let's go here. It's like 24, 25, or 26 where they start talking about women, man. They go in on the women too. But yeah, man, the point being, yeah, right here. This is Sirach 25:19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Oh, yeah, right here. Verse 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. You gotta be more wise about dealing with women. You can't just be with, because she got a fat ass, man. What is she providing for you? Is she gonna be more of a problem, or is she gonna help you, man? Get you a plain Jane. All right, someone that will cook and clean the house, man. You can't just get with a woman for pleasure. It says a woman, if she maintaineth her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh an heavy countenance, and a wounded heart. And that word heart, we always break it down. That Hebrew word for heart is la'av, which can also be substituted with the word mind. All right. It says a woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. You know, because that's really what a woman is for. Is they're supposed to be a pillar of rest. Uh, gaineth a wife, gaineth a possession. This video is getting kind of long. I'll probably end it pretty soon. That's the spirit though. Sirach 36:24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. You know, and that's what a wife is supposed to be, man. A help. You know, if you go on a job site, you know, you'll if you're, you know, doing that apprenticeship, you start out with a trade, you know, right? You start out being a help. What you do is you do all the, you know, little stuff. Go get the ladder. Go get the tools. While the, you know, the expert, I should say, the more experienced person is, you know, getting in there, doing what needs to be done. That's what a wife is supposed to be, man. A help like unto himself. You know, hand me the wrench. Fix this, you know, joint under the car. You know, can you make me a sandwich while I go do this? A pillar of rest, man. Because after a hard day's work, you know, it feels good to you know, lay up on that woman. But if she ain't right, man. It says a woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Give the water no passage, neither wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. You got to put these women on restrictions, bro. Because look at all the mess that she can get, you know, caught up in. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. So if she ain't getting with it, hey man, tell that bitch to get on, man. If she's not helping you out, man, you gotta cut her off. That's a wise, you know, like I said, man, this is generational wisdom. Very wise men, man. Men of the Lord. But yeah, I'll end it there. You know, I hope this video was edifying, and it, you know, brothers will be more aware about, you know, falling into these snatches, man. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Again, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And you know, till next time, Shalom.